The question that I am going to focus on today is about, how critical or is parenting actually uh, undergoing a crisis in this digital age. But for that, I feel that it's important that we first understand what is parenting in digital age. So it refers to, of course, the process of raising and educating children in a world where technology and internet are pervasive. They are all pervasive. And this means that parents have to really address not only just the traditional concerns of child rearing, but also the new challenges that are coming up because of the extensive use of digital devices and online platforms. So parents definitely must help their children learn how to safely and responsibly use this technology, because it is important that they navigate the many risks and pitfalls that come along with being online. So there are potential dangers of social media. So it's important that we teach our children how to protect their personal information online and establishing boundaries around screen time. So parenting in this digital age definitely requires, yourself staying up to date. As we just heard about the incident of the grandparents and the granddaughter. So it is important that they are also up to date. They know about the devices, the use of the devices, the new technology that's coming up, the softwares, the platforms, etc., in a very constructive and proactive manner. And I would always say that there is no denying that parenting today is extremely challenging, and it's very different from the way we were raised or the way how our parents did their parenting. So this, of course, it presents many challenges before us. It's not uncommon for parents to feel overwhelmed or uncertain about, how best can they raise their children in this world today. It's increasingly dominated by technology. So whether it amounts to a parenting crisis, well, that's a matter of debate and depends upon how we define the term. While it's true that technology has introduced new challenges, it's also true that many parents are rising to the occasion and they are finding ways to raise happy, healthy, well-adjusted children in this digital age. So there are certain points which definitely need to be highlighted are that, it has impacted parenting. There are both benefits and there are opportunities. At the same time, there are challenges and shortcomings. Say, for example, in terms of information and resources, connecting with others, monitoring, tracking, accessing and making use of entertainment and educational content. So on the one hand, the use of digital devices and social media has been linked to a number of negative outcomes for children and adolescents, including cyberbullying, online harassment, exposure to inappropriate content, being by themselves in the virtual world at times also make children socially, impaired or lonely, feelings of loneliness, isolation, and sometimes they become victim of vicious games like the blue whale. So in some cases, parents also struggle with the latest trends and technologies, and they feel a little ill-equipped to address these issues effectively. Now, on the other hand, many parents are adapting to the realities of the digital space and they are finding creative solutions. So I feel that there are two key important elements here. One is discipline. Discipline is the key in this direction. So it may involve things like, setting clear rules, boundaries around screen time, teaching children how to stay safe online, or using technology in positive ways to enhance children's education and development. Like we said, there is chat GPT, but why not incorporate it into the projects and assignments, right? Importantly, parents also might need to be the role models for their children first before they can discipline their children. Another critical solution is connecting with your children, because today's generation knows how to respond. They know how to accept logic. It is important to befriend them, keeping in the line, of course, that we have to keep in consideration. But dictating them is not something which is going to help today. So the more the parents are open, the more accepting, the more trusting, the better the results. But of course, trust doesn't mean we are talking about blind trust here. So though digital technologies can provide valuable support to parenting, they should be used in moderation and with appropriate safeguards in place to protect children from potential risks. And it is also important to note that There is no universally accepted gold standard for quality parenting. Parenting, after all, is parenting. And different styles of parenting and practices, they can have different effects upon your children. What is the temperament of your child? What is the cultural background that you all come from? And what is the family dynamics? All of these are also important factors that are going to have an impact. So we cannot say that there's a certain gold standard for quality parenting. However, there's a wealth of scientific literature, research on child development, and that can definitely inform parenting practices, help guide parents in making decisions, support their children's healthy development. So parents nurture and groom their children as custodians of the future human capital, not as their owners. Your child is not your property. Your child is an individual. Why to control the child, right? So our role as parents is to groom our children, nurture them, help them blossom in their best. So digital or no digital era, the bond that is shared is instrumental in a healthy parent-child relationship. That is what I feel. And I'd like to take the opportunity to also share some general principles that have emerged from research on child development. Say, for example, providing a safe, supportive, predictable environment for your child, fostering positive relations and emotions with the child, encouraging independence and autonomy in the child. Let your child become competent and feel that they can do something. Promoting the child's physical, intellectual, and emotional development through play, exploration, learning opportunities, and let them know that it's okay to make mistakes because we learn from making mistakes. So setting appropriate limits and boundaries to help the child understand and manage their behavior. So it is important to keep in mind that while these general principles can be useful, every child is unique and they may have different needs and responses to different parenting approaches. So ultimately, the best approach to parenting, I would say, is one that takes into account the individual needs and circumstances of both the parents and the child. It is imperative to also acknowledge that digital technologies can actually provide useful support to parenting. They are here to stay. They can be your friends. They can also help you, in the process. But it's up to the parents to make informed decisions about how to use these technologies in a way that benefits their child's development and well-being. So in conclusion, I would say that I wish to emphasize the fact that change is inevitable. So it's like a reiteration. Our society is undergoing a rapid transformation, and the digital space will be greater in times to come. Challenges will always be there. So the essence of parenting is never going to change. We just need to pace up with the world in which we live and sense make. So therefore, ensuring the right of every child to quality parenting requires a multifaceted approach that involves a variety of actors, including governments, communities, families, and individuals. Protecting the right of every child to quality parenting requires a collective effort and a commitment to ensuring that all children have the resources and opportunities that they need to thrive. So this is inclusive of parent education and training programs, among other strategies, and designing a digital support system for parents to ensure that every child has access to quality parenting will require definitely careful consideration of the needs and resources of the family, the latest research on child development, and the potential risks and benefits of digital technologies. Thank you.